Guys, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and really appreciate you guys taking a moment of your day and watching the video. Much appreciated. And today I'm gonna do a video. It's sort of like a preface a little bit. I've been talking with some people about possibly starting a second YouTube channel focused on more of the non-technique, more the mental aspects of fishing, divided up like technique on my main channel here, and then the mental part, sort of the offshoots a little bit. And here's what I'm talking about today is sort of part of that, and that is I want to talk about the magical aspect of fishing, of bass fishing, and how important it is to understand that and embrace that and not lose sight of that, which I think that we're beginning to do that a little bit in fishing. So I wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts out there and open up a discussion to that. So anyway, just real quick, just going to go over a couple of housekeeping tips here. Just want to remind you guys, go to fishingamoment.com, check out our fall lake map breakdowns Johnny and I doing. We got these lake map breakdowns. We give 40 GPS spots, detailed information that you can download to your fish finder, breaking down all the lakes across the country. You can order those on fishingamoment.com. And if you're interested on going out with me on the water lesson on Table Rock, Stockton, or some of the area lakes around here, shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Block, a professional angler. I can give you the info on that. My Facebook page, I'm having problems with it right now, but you can, as soon as I get it back up and running, I'll check all my messages on it. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about this magical mystery aspect of fishing. If you guys watch my channel much, you know that I talk about that a lot, and I've used that term a lot when I address new technologies like LiveScope and some of the the really advanced technologies. A little bit about going into the fact about how it's losing some of the very qualities that attract people to fishing. And I think one of the tragedies that occurs in fishing a lot of times is people, when they learn about bass fishing and when they learn about fishing in general, they didn't have a mentor that really schooled them in appreciating, that mysterious, magical aspect of fishing. And I didn't either. My dad wasn't really into that. It's something I sort of developed on my own from spending time in nature, and it's held over to me because for me, I had I've talked about Turkey Creek before, a little creek at the bottom of the hill from where my mom and dad lived and where I was raised at. And this Turkey Creek was it was sort of my sanctuary, my nature sanctuary. It was a little tiny creek, and there was small bass in it, perch, minnows, that type of stuff. And I spent a lot of time down there as a kid. And when you're a kid and you're exposed to nature for the first time, everything is full of wonderment and full of newness, and there's an energy that goes with that really, it's sad that a lot of people can't experience that. And I think a lot of people in bass fishing that were not introduced to that nature part of it, like I was in the creek, and if they go straight from being a little kid to their dad puts them into $50,000 or $100,000 bass boat, and that's all they know about it. They don't have that grounding of the natural world to sort of base their experience on. So the important part of bass fishing out there is the mystery of it. One of the biggest attractions of bass fishing and fishing in general is the unknown. It's like you go out there for a day on the water, you don't really know what's going to unfold. You don't really know what's under the water. You don't know what to expect. And for so many years, that is what fishing was. That was the big attraction to it. That's what kept people going out there all the time. Fishing and catching were two different things. Fishing was, interacting with the natural world and, experiencing that mystical, magical quality of it. And catching is a completely different thing. One of the things that we have sort of transitioned into specifically over the past 10 years is with the advent of technology and the advent of the equipment that we have and the social media and the general movement away from the original venues that fishing became in, you lose sight of that. And that's one of the things I see a lot of the guys that I'm around that are young now, a lot of them simply they've never experienced that, and they've lost connection of what that means to be mysterious and magical. And I just think that, one of the things that we need to do, and one of the responsibilities that we have as anglers passing the sport on to the next generation, is never lose sight of that. Never lose sight of those qualities that initially attracted people to fishing to begin with. And the only way that you can really do that is immerse people into that natural environment more, and sort of get them away from technology. Technology takes away from the mystery and the magic of things. It simply does. That doesn't play any part of it again. And probably the best way that I can explain this to was when Rick Clunn won the Bassmaster Classic in 1990 at the James River. I would highly suggest everybody to go back and do some research into that tournament about the last day that when Rick won that tournament. And he describes it. I had a chance to, to talk with the outdoor rider that was with Rick the last day when he won that tournament. He came from 10th place to win that tournament with a 18-pound bag of fish, which was unheard of at the James River that time of year back then. And I talked to, this outdoor rider, and I talked to Rick about it too. And Rick explains the magic that happened that day, almost like, he's out in the cypress swamp, and, there's nobody else around, and these big fish are materializing out of nowhere. It's like there's not anything except the natural world, and him being completely immersed in the moment and completely immersed and involved in the mystery and the magic of how this day unfolds. So go out there, and if you guys can do anything from this video, go back, research the Bassmaster Classic 1990 James River, read some articles on it. I'm not talking about watching the video itself, but it's so far removed from what we have now. That classic that Rick won had a tremendous impact on me. I was just getting to know Rick at the time, became good friends later on. It really generated my interest in that mysterious, magical aspect of fishing that you don't have anymore now. Now, all you see some dude win a tournament and he goes, "Oh, I wouldn't have won this tournament without my live scope." I mean, Rick made the comment in that tournament that he was like, it was so magical the day he was out there. It's like if he got hung up, if he threw his crankbait and got hung up on a stump, it didn't bother him at all, because he went over there to get that crankbait off the stump, and the very next cast he made, he'd catch a big fish that he wouldn't have caught if he hadn't have got hung up and went over to that particular stump. That's the mystery and the magical part of it. And if you guys were at that classic in 1990 when he won that, the people that were in the audience and the anglers that were in that tournament know what I'm talking about. It's just undeniable, and we've lost sight of that a lot, which I don't like to see. And it's because of the advent of technology. Technology takes away the mystery and the magic a lot of times. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, guys. I just wanted to let you know and encourage everybody to look at fishing from that point of view. Reconnect to nature. Reconnect to everything that's out there, not just the bass. I mean, if you go out and fishing and the only thing you're concerned about is getting bit and ripping lips and swinging 5-pounders over the boat, you're missing out so much of what this sport has to offer. If you fully immerse yourself in the environment of fishing, you learn so much about not only the natural world, but yourself, how your body reacts to different situations, the therapeutic aspect of it. There's so much therapeutic and healing properties that come from nature. Healing properties and therapeutic qualities do not come from technology. It comes from being in the natural world, experiencing that up close and personal, and being aware of that. And that is so much of what the mystery and magic of fishing is having a heightened awareness for everything around you in your natural world. We are so cut off from that now. We are cut off from all those life-giving forces in nature because we've insulated ourselves, with technology to a large degree. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. That's sort of like a sampling of some stuff. If I do decide to have a second channel, what you're going to get on there, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'd be curious to know. Everybody's got a different opinion. Some people will agree with what I say. There's always a group out there that say I'm full of BS and, you're ignorant and stupid. You're going to have, those haters out there to anything you do. But I think a lot of people, especially the older people that have had a chance, not just older people, but any people that have had a chance to be close to nature can have that appreciation. So anyway, that's today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see y'all later.